I'm Shane Nyland, and my co host is Blake Musser. And these stories you're about to hear are from Weapons Company, 2nd Battalion, 4th Marines, 1st Marine Division, about the events surrounding and directly from the mouths of the people who were in Ramadi 2004. All right, guys, go ahead and tell who you are and what rank you were in 2004 in Ramadi.
Cool.
And
So my name is Mike Martinez. I was one of the combat replacements in Ramadi. I went to Ramadi as a corporal. So
Jason?
My name is Jason. I was also a combat replacement from 3-5, and I was a corporal when I got to Ramadi.
And you guys both went to Sledgehammer Platoon? And did you guys both come from 3-5?
Yep.
Nice.
Yeah. He and I met sometime around March of 2001.
Yeah, 2001.
So right after boot camp, after SOI, we met up at 3-5. That's a pretty interesting story about how we first how we first met and how he decided that he was going to be my friend. So, but yeah, so we met then, and then that's when we just kind of stuck it out, I guess. So Jason, I'll let you tell that story when you get a chance.
Yeah, go for it.
Right now?
Yeah.
I don't remember what happened. I think I was cleaning my room, and I had a bowl of dry Fruit Loops that I was eating, like snacking on like chips. And he just walked. I'd never seen the guy before in my life. He walked by and took a handful out of them. And I was like, who the fuck was that? And they're like, that was Martinez. And I was like, fuck that guy. And, I think you gave me a ride, right? You had to give me a ride somewhere.
Yeah.
In his Camaro, and his stereo sounded like dog shit. Like, it was so bad. Like, and I was like, it was a nice car. And I was like, what the fuck's going on? He's like, it was broken. So I just had to EQ it for him. And he was all like, even I remember you were freaking out. You're like, how the fuck did you do that, man? How'd you make it sound so good? But yeah, pretty much hasn't left me alone since.
Yep. That's our friendship story, like in a nutshell.
That sounds exactly like most Marine Corps friendship stories. Something weird happened and lifelong friends ever since. So
right.
Now, you guys, 3-5 was a part of the invasion, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So you guys did the whole race to Baghdad.
Yep.
Where did you go up through?
We crossed the LOD, whatever, when was that? March 19th or whatever it was, the March 20th. Shoot, I don't know. Jason, do you have a better? I know what do you take? Route 1?
I have no idea.
Yeah. I don't know. I just wrote on the back.
I didn't know that either.
Yeah, I think we took Route 1 all the way up, like through Azizia and through Adiwania. Took a few ambushes and stuff like that along the way, that kind of stuff.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
And like you said, it was just that race to Baghdad, whoever get there first.
Yeah.
Sure. And then 3-5 comes back, and if I remember your stories correctly, your EAS fell in a time frame where they were basically like, you either get involuntarily extended on the next pump, or you guys can choose to jump over and be combat replacements for a unit. And then you guys chose that. Am I remembering correctly?
Well, it was a little bit, like, very close to that. So that's the way all of our guys, the combat replacements were. So yeah, they all got that ultimatum. But Jason and I, because we joined, like, I was about 2 weeks after, like, our main group of guys, and Jason was like a week after me when we joined. But with our EAS, they actually told us we didn't have to go back. They're like, the way your EAS is working, we don't need you. You can go home. And, so everybody else is going to go. All your friends are going. And they took us into the San Mateo gym. So we all sat in the gym, and they told us this whole spiel about how they're all going back. And they took a few of us to the side, and they're like, you don't have to go. So congrats. So Jason and I had the choice to go home, like get out EAS at the end of October, or go back to you guys, meet up with you.
Oh.
And then they were going to split us up all different directions. We knew that. And so, like, all the 3-5 guys. So all right, so let's do it. So Jason and I, we just had, I don't know, we probably had a couple beers and a cigar, and we talked about it. My wife had just gave birth in 2003 to my youngest son, and
Oh.
so I had just got home, like, and now it's April, so April of 2004, and they're like, "Oh, so you don't have to go back." So my son's almost a year old, and they're like, "You don't have to go back." So Jason and I, again, we had this conversation. We're like, "So do we just let them go without us, or do we bite the bullet?" So kind of stuck between a rock and a hard place. Do you say fuck your friends and go stay home with your wife, because he was married also. So do you stay home with your wife? I mean, you want to be home with your wife,
Yeah.
or do you again take the hit and go back with your friends? So we said we were trying to, you have to fight the swamp monster, right? Like swamp monster's going to grab you one way or another. So we could either run in the swamp and get caught, or turn around and fight. So
Sure.
so we volunteered to go back, he and I.
Okay.
Jason, does it sound pretty familiar? Sound right?
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Okay. So wait, so did you guys got back from Iraq the first time in like early 04 or late 03?
Late 03, September of 03. So my son was born July
Oh, okay.
of 03.
Okay.
I see.
Yeah. So
I see. Okay.
yeah, so we got back September. I missed his birth. They wouldn't send me home. We got home around, so late September sometime.
Okay. So Jason, do you remember how you ended up getting back over to Iraq? Did you guys take a military plane over, or commercial plane?
We took a commercial flight, right, Mike?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, we never took a military plane either time.
Mhm.
It was
Really?
yeah, both times.
Yeah, like they fed us meals and shit on the plane.
Dude, I'm so jealous.
Yeah, we were shoved in like sardines on a C-130 that almost crashed like 3 times.
That would suck so bad.
Oh, it was awful.
How long was the flight?
Well, we literally had a, like, I'm not joking that it almost crashed. Like, well, maybe crash is a little too strong of a word, but we lost an engine. We had other mechanical issues. So we landed in Jersey.
It had to make 2 urgent landings and 1 unscheduled landing that was not urgent for whatever reason. And it was we replaced an engine in New Jersey. We landed again in Canada. Then we landed in Shannon Air Force Base, and then we landed in Germany. We switched planes in Germany and finally made it into Kuwait.
Dude, we landed in Kuwait in a freaking commercial airplane.
Yeah. That's how we flew out. We flew out on United, but we flew in on bullshit air.
I'm telling you, like, stewardess is like walking around drinks and crackers or whatever, like.
Well, and not to jump the story just too much, but then you guys left. Did you guys come back with us?
No, they sent us home early.
I thought so.
When did you guys come home? We came home like in August.
Yeah, we came home in September, the end of September.
Yeah.
I think we left on my birthday, Mike.
I don't know your fucking birthday.
Yeah. Well, no, I remember getting jumped by Royce and Hampton before we got on the helicopter.
Oh, you know what? I think you're right. Yeah, I remember that.
Okay. I thought I had remembered that you guys had left a little, earlier than like when we got real serious about the left seat, right seat. Like, I think they pulled you guys out.
Yeah, dude. So we were there from like late. So we got there right after Easter of 04. Actually, the first. So I mean, again, I don't want to jump the gun, but we got there the day after Jeremiah Savage died.
Okay.
May 12th.
So May 12th.
Was it the day after or the day of?
It might have been the day of. You guys might have.
It was the day of. We were sitting on our beds when the platoon came back, all super upset and shit.
Yeah, I was on Jeremiah's bed.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay. That's
rough. So we could jump to that.
Yeah,
later
yeah.
I don't want to.
Hey guys,
we'll rewind.
I gotta put the phone down for like 20 seconds. I'll be right back.
Yeah, man.
No worries.
It's always about him.
And you don't even know his birthday.
I actually do. I'm just fucking with him.
Yeah.
I got him flowers last year.
I buy flowers every year. Yeah.
Okay. No, you guys. So I know you and Jason came, but I think Clark also came at the same time.
And we had
then
Clark,
Brian Fox, and
Royce
Larson. A couple other guys with Rainmaker.
Yeah, we had Royce Larson and Brian Fox went to Rain. But yeah,
But
Fox, Larson, they were with Rainmaker. Clark stayed with us in Sledgehammer, and then
Mhm.
Lopez, Gonzalez, Hampton, and Travis Day. They
All
were
went to map 2. Yeah.
with Matt too. Yeah.
Yep.
now, were they all previous weapons company guys too? So you
Oh,
guys,
yeah.
okay,
I knew all of them since SOI.
okay.
So we all went to SOI together. We all got to 3.5 together. Say we were all weapons company, 3.5, 81s together. And then they were the ones who they had to go back. So their EAS were forced to go back.
Oh, I see.
And that's when Jason and I were like, well, fuck, like, what do you
get
say?
it.
Like, you're stuck between a rock and a hard place. I have my wife with a brand new baby. Like, what do you do?
Oh, I had gotten MSG orders, and that was all I ever wanted. When I joined, I wanted to go directly MSG. Like that was my dream job. I wanted to go MSG, and I actually had orders in hand. And Gunny pulled me aside and was like, "Hey, you have orders to go, but also know that we're gonna go get into it. And so know though, if you refuse orders, you know, it's it doesn't look good. And so if
Yeah.
you're planning on making a career of this, you're gonna have a hard, make a decision. And so obviously, the story is evident. I turned those orders down just so I could go with the guys. But that was I sat on that for about a week, trying to decide what I wanted to do. Because we actually had a couple guys that chose to go MSG. There was 4 of us, I think.
Only 2 that I can remember, but 1 machine gunner, 1 181s. But if there's a couple others, I don't remember them.
I think there was a couple other. They were not from weapons.
Oh, line company dudes, yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So, but so I not exactly the same situation because I wasn't married and I didn't have a kid, but it was.
But yeah, but you're kind of crushing your own dream. You have a choice.
Yeah. Well, and I couldn't in good conscience. I mean, ultimately, I had a couple really good conversations with a couple people that I knew I would never have been able to live with myself if someone would have gotten hurt. I mean, Savage ended up, not making it, and so that hurts as it is. But I don't know what I would have, that would have probably hurt a lot more. Exactly. If I chose to go MSG. So I completely understand your decision.
Yeah, you're sitting in some freaking cush job or just hanging out. Again, so that was May 12th I got with you guys. So May till October, I could have just been hanging out doing, guard duty or something stupid.
Mm-hmm.
Like, sure, yeah. I could have had a cush job.
Painting rocks.
Yeah. And I'm like, fuck, I don't know. So to me, it was the best decision. So, which is funny. Yeah, go into back to war. That's the better decision.
That's sounds like a lot of us.
Yeah,
I'm back, by the way.
Fuck.
Awesome.
I mean, yes.
Welcome back, Jason.
Thank you.
We were just talking about some of the other guys that you guys came over with at the same time. So, you guys came commercial flight into Kuwait, right? Yep. Okay. And then how did you get from Kuwait up to Ramadi?
I think we're on Greyhound buses, right, Mike?
Yes. Skateboards, actually.
No, they weren't Greyhounds, but they're buses.
Oh, they were the fucking Haji buses.
Yeah, keep laughing, motherfucker.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You guys took a bus up?
And they had they covered the windows, right, with paper so we couldn't see out.
I do remember that. The dude was blaring some fucking Haji music the whole way.
Yep.
Like, dude, are we fucking retarded? Did that really happen?
Well,
I forgot about that.
Completely believe this. I mean, that it sounds exactly like the military. I mean, they would totally like.
You definitely didn't take a bus all the way to Ramadi, though. Did you go up to Baghdad and then catch a bird, or you went all the way to Ramadi in a bongo bus?
We got in a helicopter somewhere. I just don't remember what, but I hella forgot about the freaking Haji buses, like with the blacked out windows. Like we're in a fucking combat zone, like. But it made sense to transport us that way too, And again, I don't remember how long we did that, but I remembered that trip. It was fucking wild.
Because the drive up to Ramadi is more than a day.
Yeah, so they must have flown us into something, and then we did Haji buses into Ramadi, something like that.
I think we took buses from the airport and then got a bird somewhere on
Yeah.
the way.
Yeah, that had to be it. But I definitely, dude, I hella forgot about the Haji buses. It's crazy. Like, that's gonna be some fucking flashback tonight. Dude, I just remember it being dark, because it was at night. We're driving in these Haji buses at night, blacked out, and the dude was blaring the Haji music, and it was just, and just the sight and the smell just hella hit me right now. It's crazy.
That's a crazy way to travel. I'm hoping that was just into Kuwait and you got to the Iraq border and then they flew you from there, but it could be all the way to Baghdad, and that would be crazy as hell.
Yeah, no, I don't remember it being that long. I don't remember it being a day. I remember it being a long drive, but not a day. It was a nighttime thing we were doing. It was in the dark.
They might have gotten you to Baghdad, because Baghdad was it was an undoable. It was what was it, Nyland? It was like 2 hours or whatever.
Oh, I don't know. It was more than that, but I don't remember.
Was it?
Yeah.
Because Fallujah, anyways, whatever.
Yeah.
Interesting. So you guys get to Ramadi. It sounds like you guys got there. So did you guys go to platoons based off of your MOSs? Did you have any choice in that, or how did
No, they just separated everybody. They just kind of shotgunned us out. Everybody just kind of go everywhere. Because we had other friends who went to like the line companies, and then to other battalions. We had friends who go to other battalions, not in Ramadi, like straight up shotgunned everywhere across Iraq.
Except they let four of us stay together, right? Groups of four.
Yeah.
If we volunteered to go on the first wave, they let us stay with three of our friends in the same platoon.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
I mean, yeah, we got Gonzo and Lopez and Day and Hampton, and they were all mortarmen. And but Gonzo and Lopez are brothers, so yeah, they let them stay together.
Yeah. Yeah, so they were together from boot camp on. And then who was with Rainmaker? The sergeant, was it Lopez or something like that? Garcia
was
our Garcia.
Yeah,
oh yeah, Felix. Yeah, Felix Garcia. Yes.
So Garcia, they told him he had to pick one of our four. We had five. We had five that went to Sledgehammer. So they told him to pick one, and he picked the pretty one. He picked Fox. So Fox goes over to Rainmaker, and then who was the sergeant major? Sergeant Major Mack, maybe.
First Sergeant Mack was our company first sergeant.
First Sergeant Mack, okay. Yeah. So he asked Fox, "Hey, who's your what friend do you have with you in your platoon?" And Fox was like, "Oh, I don't have anybody." He was like, "Pick one." So he picked Larson. So Larson went to Rainmaker with him.
Okay.
Good. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, I see. That's where the 5 is, because then it was you, Clark, and Jason.
Yes.
Okay. All right. How is Clark?
I haven't talked to him since 2004.
I saw him 2 years ago. He moved to Western Washington. He was living like 5 miles from where I was at the time.
Okay.
But he's doing good. He's got a family and a house and stuff. Good job.
Nice. All right. So you guys you're in Ramadi. You guys got divided up. Mm-hmm. You're over to Sledgehammer.
Mm-hmm.
What's some of your first memories of Ramadi?
Well, they gave us like 2 days or a day to acclimate, right, Mike?
Yeah.
So we were just chilling, and we were just like sitting on our asses when you guys came back from that patrol, and we didn't know what had happened, and you guys were kind of being dickheads to us, if I remember right.
And we didn't know why. We just know you guys are fucking assholes. We're like, what the fuck?
Yeah, we're going home. Fuck this.
Fuck you guys. I'm going home.
But I just remember you guys came in and we were kind of just listening. I was just kind of eavesdropping on the conversation, and we were like, oh fuck, someone just died. We're like, God damn. I just remember like being, like, we're not in Kansas anymore. This is fucking crazy. Because the first tour wasn't really like that,
We lost a few guys the first time, but it wasn't day one we walk in and somebody died.
Yeah.
Well, you would have gotten there after we had the first Battle of Ramadi, where we lost, we had a big we had a big hit, and then
I think that's why we came, is because when you guys lost the guys during that battle when we were replacing that.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And then a few weeks before that, also we had gotten a couple decent casualties that went home. They weren't KIA, but they were
Injured.
birded out. Yeah, they were birded out. I mean, so they weren't there, and so we had, you were coming, unfortunately, coming in when things were a little tense. And to be fair, and Nyland can assert to this, is that 81s weren't the always the friendliest. We're not the lovable ones of the company, and so we might have been, we were probably treating you as very fairly.
Yeah, so that's what Jason, like we said earlier, though. So that's where we walked. We get it. We're there. I'm sitting on a fucking bed, and you guys walk in, and I'm the fucking asshole, and I'm like, what did I do? Like, I don't even fucking know these guys, But it turns out, yeah, I'm on Jeremiah's bed.
Oh yeah.
And they start clearing up his stuff, packing his stuff up, to start boxing it up and sending it home. And I'm like, oh, I'm the asshole by default. Like,
yeah.
And I get it. Though.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that was with Rainmaker. And so you guys would have gotten, so that was and then after that is when you would have gotten divided up to go over to Sledgehammer then.
Right.
Yeah. Because our platoon didn't, that was on Sledgehammer side. So.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it was tough, man. It was tough walking into that situation and being like, oh, okay. So again, this is a new combat thing that we don't know.
Yeah. Yeah. How hard of a transition was that? You guys had, you were already battle tested, right? So you already had gone, you had done you had been to war, and coming back into essentially the same, in theory, same environment, but very different circumstances.
It was definitely a different war. It was completely different. And the weird thing is, because like you said, battle tested. Yeah, like I got some medals or a medal or whatever for shit I did in Iraq in 2003. But coming back, like now, like not only am I a fucking boot because I don't know shit about your guys' combat zone, but I'm also being treated like a fucking boot as a corporal, right? Like I'm a corporal, but I'm being treated like a boot because I'm the fucking new guy. It makes sense, right?
Yeah.
So like there's like a lot of weird feelings about that. About like, dude, I'm a fucking E4 like everybody else, but I'm being treated like a fucking E1. I'm one of the fucking boots on campus. Like what the fuck do I got to do here to prove myself? So it was a difficult transition for sure for me.
Yeah, yeah. I could see that being really. I could see that really being difficult to come into. We all knew each other really tightly. We had already gone through a lot of that stuff. And then, I mean, there's stories, history even comments on, like the whole, like the new guys that are coming in, you don't want to make friends with the new guy for a variety of reasons, not anything to do with the person themselves, but you're like, you've already lost people. So it's hard to want to make friends in the war zone.
Correct.
Well, I was going to say, I'm counting on my fingers. By that point, Weapons Company had probably lost 10 people. I mean, 2 dead and 8 went home with significant wounds, like missing eyes, missing, damage to extremities, stuff like that, serious wounds by that point. So that was a lot of stuff. What did you guys hear before you came over? Did you hear anything about what we were doing?
Nope. I don't remember shit, dude. I remember they just said, you're going to go. It's the same thing. You've been there before. You know what you're getting into. Get ready for it. All right.
Wow.
Like I didn't know shit about IEDs and freaking incoming mortars at all hours of the fucking night. We didn't know about that shit.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck do you guys do? Like, why'd you piss them off so much?
Yeah.
They weren't even mad when we left in 03.
They're like, bye guys. Here's the fucking falafel.
There's a reason why we're called the bastards, Bay.
Yeah. Yes. Magnificent.
That's right. Magnificent. That's right. Yeah. You're having to adjust to IEDs. You're having to adjust to a lot more indirect fire. We were also obviously, you were doing the race to the Baghdad, but here we're, by all pretenses, we were supposed to be doing, security and stabilization operations, SASO. I think at that point we were pretty much had put that down. I think there was still a hope that we were going to stand up the military police and the Iraqi police at this point. That handoff was a boondoggle. But that was that. What was that supposed to be? The 1st of July or whatever?
Somewhere around there. Yeah. The police station
So-
got blown up on the 3rd of July. So yeah, that's about right.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
remember. I think I remember that. Right? I think we were on.
Oh.
Yeah, we were in country there. So
Oh yeah, for that.
I remember that.
No,
shit.
I remember you guys helping out with a couple different operations, but
Yeah.
but yeah. So and do any of those operations stick out to you? I mean, with Sledgehammer, we ended up doing a couple hits. We did a couple cordon and searches.
Mm-hmm.
Any stick out?
No, it honestly, to me, it's just a big ass blur of shit. But I remember it was a new combat zone. Like, so we're learning on the fly, trying to keep up with you guys who've been in combat, been in this fight. Our fight was different than yours. Like, it's, you think about this, from different wars, how every war is different in its own way. But dude, this is within a year and everything's different.
Yeah.
The only thing the same is the fucking dirt, but otherwise it's like completely different.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Well, the first big event that I can remember, and maybe this will jog your memory, because I know it stuck out to Lopez and Gonzalez, and Day was in my truck half the time, so I remember talking to him about it. We went out on...
Did he take his dentures out to talk to you? Or... That old fuck.
We called him Colonel the whole time. We were like, man, you look like you're the old man of the Marine Corps.
Dude, he would have his bottle of Mountain Dew and cigarette like at all times.
All the time. Yeah, that we bonded because I smoked all the time too. So at least we bonded over cigarettes.
For Fox's 40th birthday, we all got together and I bought a bag of Werther's Originals and I would sneak them into Colonel's pockets. He fucking hated it.
Oh, that's great. So on May 29th, there was this idea that the combat engineers who were tasked out to us, they were going to sweep the Habaniyah Dam, which was the elevated dam on the Habaniyah Lake.
Yeah, I remember that now.
Yeah, and that was the first, I think, biggest, worst thing that happened like right after you guys got there, where they were sweeping. I mean, we'd had some minor skirmishes, a couple pop shots, and a couple small IEDs, but that was the first big one where that big IED blew up on the dam. And yeah. I know you guys were out there at the arches. Do you happen to remember that stuff?
I remember being there, seeing from a distance, we could see the IED go off. I remember seeing the puff of smoke and everything, and we were far away from it. But I remember that. And so I know Lopez was actually there, and I don't know the guy who got injured, but Lopez actually cradled him while they were working on him. Yep. And I remember, like, I don't know if 100% if it's right, if I remember it correctly, but Lopez was saying, like, I guess his nuts got blown off or something like that.
Yes.
And the guy was just praying to God, asking Lopez to help him and make sure that he gets to see his family again or something of that sort. That one obviously still hits. I remember that, but
yeah, those engineers got hurt bad.
Yeah.
What sticks out in my mind is I think it was the second cordon search, right, Mike, when I was on the rooftop with Rocha.
Yeah. Oh yeah, tell that one.
Yeah, what happened?
What's that?
Yeah, tell what happened.
Yeah, so we were up there for a long ass time. I don't remember how long, but it was all day, and we were just wore out and tired. I just remember there was so many people and cars and shit, and I looked down at this car and
hold up. So I'm not with Adams at this point. I'm down in a fucking alley, and I'm down in the alley watching this alleyway, and I could look up and see him and Rocha, and they're two fuckers just up on this fucking building being fuckers, right? Like just normal. And I'm just looking up and seeing them, and then now go ahead, Jason, do your thing.
So I looked left down at this cars. And I looked right, and as I looked right, they pulled a pistol out and shot several rounds, right, Mike? It was a few rounds. And we just dropped. Like, it was the fastest I've ever moved in my life. And I remember the bricks, like, on the parapet wall were, like, they would have, they almost hit us. I think they were breaking off right, like, 2 inches above my head. And we jumped back up, and I know, obviously, they put the gun, and we had no idea what car it even was, or there's nothing we could do about it. But that was super scary.
Yeah, so... in 2003, I was there when Eric Silva got shot and when he died, and I remember seeing him running across a berm. He gets hit in the side. He drops like a bag of bricks, and he was dead on impact. And when I was looking up in that up from the alley watching them, and the way I hear the gunshots going, I see Jason and Jamie. I see him drop, and I'm like, oh, fuck.
Oh shit.
It was a exact same body movement, just collapse, and I'm like, fuck, my best friend just got fucking killed. So we make our way up there, and he was fine. He's like, dude, they almost hit me. I'm like, what the fuck? I thought you fucking died. God damn it.
No, I remember a couple times meeting up with after some really intense ones. The one that I remember actually more is the time that I met up with Nyland. I think it was over at Junction City, and I don't know what shit we had gotten into, but I remember you looked at me and you were like, "Holy shit, dude, you look awful." like you went through it. Now we definitely had a couple of pretty intense ones.
Yeah. Yeah, wild shit.
Based on that description, that sounds like that was probably June 1st, our second big bug hunt. That was literally all day. That was like 14 hours of people searching houses and digging shit up in the yards and calling for EOD, and like it was forever.
Yeah, I remember it actually being a bug hunt. I remember that term being called a bug hunt. Like, so yeah.
Hey Blake, do you remember the day that Fox got hit with that IED?
Brian Fox.
Give me a little bit more.
I think it was like maybe our third day in country with you guys. And we just got taken off. I don't remember where we were going. And he got hit in the face by an IED.
Oh right, yeah.
He got peppered. It wasn't like
he got peppered. Yeah, no, yeah.
And me and Mike kicked the guy down. I think right, you did it right, Mike.
Yeah.
And we pulled him back and we were beating the shit out of him. And you were like, you made us stop, and we were like, we thought you were joking. We're like, what the fuck? Okay, we just kept going. You're like, no, stop right now. And we're like, what the fuck? we're just completely lost. We're like, what the fuck is he saying? Is he telling us to stop?
Dude. Well, so Brian, when he got hit, again, we're brand new. We don't know you guys. And Reeves, Corporal Reeves, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. He's on the radio, and he like an asshole. He's just like, hey, one of your friends just got hit. Like that. Like it was like that's the conversation. And I'm just like, I punched the Humvee. I was pissed. I was like, bam, fucking pissed. And then they went and detained the dude, and Jason and I were fucking pissed. And yeah, you were like, hey, we can't be doing shit like that, guys.
I think he said he's proven guilty, and we were like, what the fuck?
No, we definitely, we would have been QRF then at that point.
Yeah.
And so we would have rolled out to help support Rainmaker after. No, I remember that. And then, yeah, we would grab those guys and then bring them back to Junction City.
Yeah.
And drop them off at the collection point there, and then grab chow because.
Yeah, they had a nice chow hall.
They did.
So a funny story of Junction City. Jason and I, we have a tendency of being fuckers. And so we go over to Junction City, and we want to, because that's the Army base, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, so we wanted to play a game.
Became Camp Ramadi later on, but we called it Junction City when we were there.
Yeah, so we played a game that we want to see how long we could go walk around Junction City without a cover on. Just to see who would talk to us. So we're like walking around, and we called it Operation Drawfire. See who could yell at us. And what's the highest ranked guy who could yell at us? And at first, some like specialist comes up to us, and he's like, "Hey, Marines, you guys need to put on your covers." And we're like, "Fuck you," whatever. So we keep walking around. We go eat chow, come out. We're walking around. Some fucking E4 or somebody, he's like, "Oh, hey, Marines, put on your covers," and we're like, "Whatever." So finally, the fucking base sergeant major sees us, and he's like, "What the fuck, Marines? Where's your fucking covers? Blah blah blah." He's like, and it was actually the day that the snipers got killed.
Oh,
so.
Oh yeah.
So we had been fucking around. Like after that, because we were on the party that took the bodies back to the Air Force Base.
Yeah, I remember that.
So back at Junction City, we're playing this game, and the base sergeant major tells us, he's like, "That's why your Marines got killed, because you guys are complacent, goofing off, blah blah blah." Oh, okay. So we go back, and we talk to Sergeant Major Booker.
Remember, he was like, "Oh, you guys got a problem with that?" He's like, "Why don't you have your sergeant major call me?" And we're like, "What's your name?" He's like, "You don't even know my fucking name. I'm the sergeant major of the base."
All right. So we go back. Hey, hey, Sergeant Major, we need to talk to you real quick. We told him we fucked up, we're being stupid, blah blah blah. He's like, who was it? He wouldn't tell us his name. He was the base sergeant major, and he told us, you know who he is. So Sergeant Major Booker picks up a fucking old like rotary phone, fucking dials a phone number, and calls this guy, and we're standing there like in front of his desk, and he's like, "Hey, Sergeant Major, just want to go. This is Sergeant Major Booker. Just want to talk to you for a second about some incident that happened with some of my Marines." And can't hear the other guy. He's like, "Okay, well, I know you wanted to go on a mission with some of our guys, so I don't think that's going to be a good idea because I promise you, you're not going to return home." We're like, oh. That's a hard motherfucker right there.
Yeah, you don't mess with Sergeant Major Booker.
He said another pretty funny shit too. He was like, when he got off the phone, he's like, that fat fuck was trying to fucking go on patrol with us because they couldn't see combat.
No, Booker was a he took care of his Marines, that's for sure.
Yes, he did.
He asked if we were done and he kicked us out of his office. He's like, get the fuck out of my office.
Get the fuck out of my office. Yes, Sergeant Major.
Did you have other interactions with any of our higher command?
Who was the battalion commander?
Yeah, I was gonna talk about that.
Kennedy.
Yeah, Kennedy. Me and Mike did on our last or second to last day, I think.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was about to bring up. So we're at Chow lunch or whatever, and Kennedy comes up and sits with us, just as these two fucks, right, sitting here at Chow, just goofing off. And he's asking us what we're planning on doing. He's like, "So you guys are going home in a couple of days?" Yes, sir. He's like, "So what's your plan after when you get out of the Marine Corps?" And Jason comes up with, like, "I'm going to go jack off dudes for a few years or whatever." so he's like, "What about you, Martinez? What are you going to do?" And I go, "I'm going to be a mailman, sir." He goes, "A mailman? Why a mailman?" I go, "I'm tired of being shot at, sir." He goes, "All right, well, make sure you send me a picture with you wearing your short shorts and your socks up to your knees." I'm like, "I promise you I will, sir." So whatever, I come home in 2004. It took me like 3 months to find a job. I was fucking broke, no job. And then finally I was like, I'm going to apply at the fucking post office. So I applied at the post office and I ended up getting hired. And I worked at the post office for fucking 18 years. I was like, fuck, a fucking joke comes back and bites me in the ass.
That's too funny. So, you never sent the picture?
No, I never sent it. I was so anti postal uniform. I was the same fuck in the post office, just causing trouble.
So I had another pretty funny interaction with Colonel Kennedy, or Lieutenant Colonel Kennedy. You remember we didn't have to take our weapons to the phone booth for a while?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
changed
yeah.
It. So I never, I always forgot all that shit. So the first day I was over there without my weapon, and he comes out and he had his crossed arms. He's like, "Come here, Marine!" And I just stopped and I stared at him. He's like, "What the fuck? Get over here!" And I didn't move. And he started walking towards me. I just turned around and ran. And I fucking ran and just dove into my rack. And he's like, "Hey, did anybody see a fucking Marine running here?" Everybody just keeps their mouth shut. Oh, that was fun.
That was good shit.
You got the good ones, Blake, man. My guys never fucking started shit. That's great.
Oh, no, Nylan, you had the fucking like the best of us, honestly. Having Lopez and Gonzalez, like those were our top tier. Like those are the top tier. Fox and Hampton are right up there. Then it's like Larson, me, and Adams and Clark. Well, I guess you had Colonel too. He's old. He don't count. So, he was in bed by 4 p.m.
No, I mean, for the most part, Gunny Cook kept us pretty on the straight and narrow.
Yeah, he did.
And so.
And we knew him as a staff sergeant. He was a badass, honestly.
Yeah. No, he was great. Yeah. What did you guys have any thoughts on how we had broken things up and having a staff NCO as a commander for the platoon, or did that not really cross your minds?
Didn't cross my mind. Honestly, he was so phenomenal at his job. Like he loved his Marines and he took care of his Marines. I don't know. And then when we came in, again, we're just dumb fucks, but he didn't treat us like we were pieces of shit. Like he actually, he treated us with respect. Like we were part of the platoon. He needed us and we had a job to do. So he was good shit, honestly.
Yeah. Yeah.
A hard ass, yeah, but I mean that's his job.
You remember
Yeah,
when he
no,
put on sergeant of the guard for that one shift?
I was just talking about that the other day. Go ahead.
yeah, tell the story, Jason.
So that wasn't for me. I wasn't about that life. And I just picked up corporal right before I got there, which is another funny story. But he was like, "Adams, you're gonna be sergeant of the guard," and I was like, "Listen, Staff Sergeant, I don't know if that's the best idea." And he was like, "What the fuck?" I was like, I'm pretty good outside the wire. I'm not really good at that kind of shit. And he's like, "You're a fucking corporal, you're an NCO, you're gonna earn your money or whatever. You're gonna earn that rank or something." I was like, and Mike was like, "Staff Sergeant, he's not kidding. He's not good at it." he was like, "You're gonna fucking do it." So I did it, and it was what it was 06 to 06 or whatever. And it was like 0547. I was watching something about Mary on a fucking laptop sitting next to Mike in his rack. He was telling me to turn it down.
No, bitch. I was telling this story the other day to my. So after I left the fucking post office, I became a history teacher, and we can talk about that later. But I told this story to my students the other day. So this motherfucker, he's sitting next to my rack at fucking like 4:00 in the morning, and this motherfucker, he's eating a fucking bowl of mac and cheese while watching something, and he's not just eating it, he's
Yeah.
next to my fucking head, and I'm just like, and I pop my head out of my bag. I'm like, "Hey, motherfucker, I'm trying to sleep." And he's like, and I talk like this to my students. So I'm like, "Hey, motherfucker, I'm trying to sleep." And he's like, "What? I'm not doing anything."
Smacking his lips.
And I'm like, "Dude, I'm fucking dying here. I'm trying to sleep." But Jason, go ahead.
So it was like 0545. And I was like, God, I only have like 10 minutes. Like nothing had happened, And all of a sudden I heard the fucking mortars launch. And I was like, God damn it. And you're like, choo, 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 boom, 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 boom. Remember they hit all around our hut?
Yeah, they hit around our hut. It blew up the Humvee.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. We had the one strike our Humvee. That's right.
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
I never even moved. I never even got out of the chair. I just sat in the chair the whole time. And everybody's running, freaking out. Gas, gas, gas. I was like, just stuff, motherfuckers. We can't run from it.
So I picked my head out of my sleeping bag, and I'm just like, and then I put my head back into sleep. I figure if I got gas, I'm fucking dead already. So like it wasn't even my problem anymore. But yeah, it wasn't gas. It was just smoke from all the explosions. But yeah, dude, I just told that story maybe Monday or Tuesday to my students.
Yeah, there's a lot of fear around that gas shit because so my platoon had responded to a sarin shell attack out on the highway out south of the city on an army convoy. They had cleaned it all up by the time we got there. We didn't even have to do shit. We turned around before we even got there. They were like, we're deconning the area. Just leave. Okay, great. And then we come back, and on June 8th, they gas shelled Hurricane Point, and a bunch of CS rounds hit all around the main palace. And there's all kind of people are freaking out, just sure it was nerve agent or whatever, but it ended up being nothing. But it sure fucking scary. So everybody was always scared about that shit. And we all had to carry our gas masks from then on out.
Yeah, I remember that too.
Yeah, I can't remember what. Do you guys remember this, Jason and Mike? Because I think it was in June, if I remember correctly, we got sent north of our AO on a suspected chemical munitions hit. Do you remember this at all? Like we went up because I remember we didn't. Boy, I had completely forgotten about this until just right now, and so I'm having a hard time pulling this up. I remember I think we brought our mop suits, but I don't think we were donning them. But I remember, like before we left, everybody like pulled their gas masks out to make sure that they fit. Like everybody was good to go. Do you guys remember this at all?
I do not.
Nyland, do you remember this one?
A little bit. The only parts I remember is, so we had those drownings that were in May before these guys got there. And May 5th was the last day of searching for the dudes who had drowned in the Euphrates. And we were out north.
Who drowned?
A couple of guys from Fox Company who had tried to swim across the Euphrates River to one of the islands to search it for munitions.
Oh, fuck.
It was an op. They thought Operation Treasure Island is what they called it. Some of our scout swimmer trained folks, they were supposed to be swimming across the Euphrates to these islands because the intel that we had gotten was that they had hidden munitions in the tall reeds and bushes on this island.
Yeah, I never heard of that.
Yeah, it was literally right before you guys got there. So it was like May 1st through 5th. We searched for these guys' bodies for a long time. We ended up having to call in Navy Swiftwater Rescue, and they brought up one of those fast, little crazy, like almost Vietnam style boats and scuba gear and all that shit, and had to go find. They found one of them at the bottom of the river, and one of them had gone pretty far downriver. Anyway, we searched the banks for them for days on end with no sleep. And as part of that, we found a munitions cache in a building under construction north of the river that had gas shells. It just had the containers, but it did not have any shells in it. And I think that from some investigation after a while, because we took pictures of everything, we brought back one of the empty containers. And then they sent you guys out not long after that, maybe a month after that. That's all I know. That's all the information I got.
That sounds about right too. Because when we got out there, it was basically a picture taking expedition. It wasn't like the location that we had there wasn't anything up there. So you guys so what do you guys remember of Hooch life?
Hooch life was fucking awesome, dude. Honestly, it was fucking wild. It was like the fucking craziest. It was the craziest like fucking drunken memory of not being drunk. Like
that is a very accurate description. It's like,
it was people. Yeah, go ahead.
No, just it's a fever dream.
Yeah, dude, there was too many fucking people in too small of a space. I remember because I mean this is our first time being with you guys, so you know how everybody gets the crud when you first meet up with something, like when you go to boot camp or when you get to your platoon.
Oh, yeah.
So now we're new with you guys, and now we get your guys' crud, and I got sick as fuck, like fucking hawking up loogies and fucking dying, but it was just but we're still doing our thing, right? And it's just again poker every fucking night or spades,
yeah,
watching some kind of fucking movie, and you know it was again if you weren't there, nobody would believe what I'm telling you.
Or getting molested by Joseph Hersher.
Yeah, no.
Hey, man, he was gifted.
Yes, sir. Oh, we saw.
I was laying on my. He jumped up. I was sleeping. He jumped up and like used the big spoon and like pushed his dick into my ass. And I was like, "What the fuck?" And he whispered in my ear, "Like biggest dick in the battalion, motherfucker."
So let's talk about Hersher's dick. We're going to be doing this. So I'm sitting on a fucking tailgate of a Humvee, just like minding my own fucking business, and this dude walks up and fucking starts whopping his dick on the fucking tailgate, like. And I'm like, what is he hitting? It's something crazy, something huge that he's hitting on this fucking tailgate. And I look over, and it's the dude's dick. Like you can't unsee that.
Like he was shaking the whole truck though.
That guy should be in the movies, if you know what I mean.
No, my favorite story about Hersher is So, do you know the band Me First and the Gimme Gimmes?
Yep.
Okay, they're it's a band made up of like really good musicians of other punk bands, and what they do is they take like songs that everybody knows and then punks those songs out. Okay, they're really talented group. I really enjoyed them. They made one album though that was all show tunes, and so Hersher, whenever we were doing like night ops or whatever, and especially if we were inside of houses, he would sing "The Sun Will Come Out Tomorrow," but the Me First and the Gimme Gimme version of it, which is more of a like, you know, and there's some slight modifications to the, the sun will come out tomorrow. Bet your fucking $1 tomorrow.
I remember that.
Yeah, and he'd be doing this as he's like kicking down door, and so he was doing his own psyops.
I remember that with his dick and the sun will come out tomorrow.
Like, yeah, he was. Yeah. Anyways,
so I hope he listens to this one.
That's.
As I've said, everybody who has ever been in 2-4 at that time has a Joe Hersher dick story. Every single person.
Yeah. If you like what you've heard, this is a multi-part episode. Make sure you listen to the rest of the story.